Guys, how's it going? Cash from Cash International. You got the over drive. I'm checking something out for a client, but I got these things I hate using stuff over my head. I have always been one of those people saying don't use it, and I'm gonna get these out of here as soon as I can. I feel like it smells great. That choose the Wayne's 10 dot, 10 dot because they just can't. But nevertheless, I do have them on right now. I figured I would go ahead and, for the sake of getting you guys a little bit of information and chatting with you, so I'm trying to hopefully you can hear it. Hopefully the video's not a waste. Thank you. All right. So, anyways, guys, it's Saturday, day before the opening of the Cap Cana. We're gonna have a cool kids event there today. Elle's going. They're gonna have the tennis pros. They're kids clinic. So we're excited about that. It's been happening for an hour. But right now, we're going to do a quick drive through Cap Cana. I want to show you. I'm looking at something for a client. That was the golf course over there. That's front nine. They're flying on that. Last time we saw that, it's going to rain on its way too. But what I was just talking to a client about, and I thought it'd be a good opportunity to chat with you guys while through this drive, and I'm using these things, these sketchy things, is he was asking me, hey, Cash, I know you travel the world a lot. You look real estate all over the place. From Canada, you've invested all over. You got a lot of investments scattered throughout the Dominican Republic. I was recently in Dubai. You know, I look at Panama. I'm looking at a bunch of different spots, looking for opportunity, no different than you guys. Look at how cool that is. But looking for opportunity like you guys. So you reached out and said, hey, I want your perspective because, you know, I do look at the world in a very similar fashion that my clients do. So, what am I thinking right now? What am I thinking? Venezuela, he's asking me. Buying opportunity. What do you think? What's going on in Dubai? So I've had these thought processes, and it's funny he's asking me about it because I was thinking the exact same thing. When Venezuela went down, I said, hey, buy when others are running. So I dug deep, asked questions, and you know what the conclusion was? There's a risk-reward equation. This goes beyond the reward portion. This is when, you know, the Donald Trumps of the world, politically connected, they get in, they go in with their troops, their machine guns, their war items, and they're able to secure land at a next level type of play. Okay, that's not the retail investor like us that is buying here in Cap Cana. Okay, even one that's buying a $20 million villa. It is not. That is not that. We're just not that investor. At least 99% of us are not. Okay, that is set for like the oligarchs and the elite that run the countries that have military forces. This is a completely different level of playing field. Not for me. Okay, just not for me in this lifetime. Nor do I have a desire to operate at that level. To be honest, just not my deal. Actually, out here looking at something for a client. But nevertheless, let's finish this because he just talked to me about this. Big shout out to you, T. You know, we were just chatting. I said I'll do a quick video on it. So when I looked at that, I said the reward will be there, but the risk is not worth it to me because you literally be putting your life on the line. Okay, so let's cross Venezuela off. Ecuador, I don't know enough about. I know that was an area. I have a friend in Toronto. His name's Morris. He's a big tough guy. Like when I say a big tough guy, he is the biggest and the toughest guy I've ever seen. But this guy was telling me how he would never go into Venezuela. It's a huge risk. Not Venezuela, Ecuador. I believe he was talking about Ecuador as a huge risk. You know, you can't go in there. Blah blah blah. All this stuff. I took his word for it because, you know, that guy's not scared of anything and he was scared of going there. So I know things changed over there. Things started to get better and people started to look at it maybe as an investment opportunity. I glanced at it for a second and I said, you know what? Again, not worth the risk. I'm not ready to put my life on the line to make a couple bucks in a speculative investment. So I kind of crossed that off. Then you have, you know, the Hail Mary, not the Hail Mary, the Golden Standard Dubai. That is the one. I'm going to take these things off. Probably going to be able to hear me better as soon as I do as well. Let's see what happens here. Got those things out of my ear so my brain stops melting. For all of you that love those things and live with them on, just don't do it. Okay. It wasn't so long ago we were saying smoking was good for you. I said it wasn't so long ago. It was like 30 years ago. Doctors would say, hey, smoking's good for your health. I wouldn't trust those things. But to each their own. Whatever. All right. So what I was saying. Then you talk about Dubai. Okay, what are my thoughts Dubai? I've been to Dubai. I love Dubai. I think it's amazing as an investment. Me and a close friend of mine were really diving deep into it and pondering different options. One of the big reasons why, I thought Dubai was an awesome place is because I believed it was absolutely immune to what happened.
okay? I strongly, wholeheartedly believe what happened in Dubai could never, ever happen because it is protected by, so that B right there, was protected in so many different ways. I thought there's no chance. It doesn't matter what happens in the world. Nobody's touching Dubai. Shit, was I wrong? Okay, shit, was I wrong on that one? Now, what happened? I believe I wasn't alone. I think so many people were shocked by the fact that that happened. And when I say that, I mean, being attacked with missiles from Iran, supposedly from Iran. So when that happened, that I think has changed the mindset of so many people. That safe haven that it was assumed to be, safely assumed to be, is my prediction because I assumed it, was wrong. So that notion of investing in a safe haven suddenly fell apart overnight. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean for Cap Cana? That was kind of the discussion. What I believe it means for Cap Cana, look around me, look at the development. How much development is happening? Jack Nicklaus Golf Course. This is the Falls area. Okay, there's so many developments over here. There's Bonita Golf. Look at that project, just flying, flying. Bonita Beach over there. You've got Hesperia, they're flying over there with their Crystal Garden. Juanillo Beach is over there, going to have development, $500+ million Juanillo development that will come at some point over there. This place is just on fire. The ATP tournament, like I was saying, is happening today. The Potesfana Golf Course. This place is just exploding. Okay, what I believe is going to happen now for real estate in the Dominican Republic. I'm going to speak specifically to Cap Cana because I think it sits uniquely in this little gem called the Dominican Republic. It sits uniquely because 2 times the size of Manhattan, 30,000 square acres of land. That goes all the way as far as your eye could see, okay? Hardly any of it is touched. Hardly of it, most of it will not be touched. It's going to remain as beautiful as it is. However, big money, okay, smart money, wants to relocate their funds. What is the best investment, the safest investment I feel that you could have? As much as, we love our crypto, we love our equities, we love those kind of investments. However, the safest, the one that makes you feel the best at night when you're sleeping is real estate, especially in times of turmoil. Of course, you got your gold, you got your silver, and all that. However, there's something to be said about real estate that I own this piece of land right here, okay? There's something to be said about that, and that holds true universally, and especially holds true with the people that have hundreds of millions of dollars, tons and tons of money. They have more money, they don't know what to do with it. They want to keep it safe. What do they do now? Not put it into Dubai anymore. Guess what they're going to start to do? Guess what they're going to start to do? See all this land called Cap Cana and stuff? They're going to come and start investing. They're going to start putting money in. They're going to start buying big chunks of land. They're going to start bringing more development into this area. And what's that going to do? That's going to bring, and what I heard today as well is this money is not just coming from North America. However, Canadians are flooding the market. It's no longer they're going to the U.S. U.S. is flooding the market. Spain is flooding the market. Now what you're going to see is this, I think, this big surge of money that was going into the UAE, into Dubai, into Abu Dhabi. They're going to start to say, hey, whoa, we don't want to have our money at risk if shit hits the fan like it just did. Where does shit not hit the fan? Guess what, guys? Right here. Right where I'm standing. So what I believe is going to happen here is you're going to see, it's not just me, it's other smart people that are in this market, believe you're going to see an explosion in the real estate in Cap Cana. You're going to see this take off. And I feel it. I feel it in my bones. There was a moment, and I'm honest with you guys, I felt for a moment that, hey, there could be a hiccup, there could be a pause. But guys, I'm watching inventory lists. Shit is flying off the shelves. And it's not because people are speculating. More and more people are coming here. People want to live here. They don't just want to buy a piece of property and flip it. No, they want to move here. They want it for their kids. And now you're going to have big money saying, hey, we want to put our $100 million where it's safe. Guess what? The Dominican Republic has successfully achieved to be viewed as a safe haven for the wealthy. And once that happens, sky's the limit, guys. All right, that's my quick thoughts. Thanks, T, for having me chat about that. It was a good idea. And I want to say to you guys, love where you live, enjoy your Saturday, and I'm going to share some more footage with you when I'm at the Copa Cap Cana ATP tournament, top 20 in the world coming, top 20, top 30, something like that. From here, they go to the Miami Open. That's a big deal. Cap Cana's not bad. I have to say, they've done a good job. Love where you live, guys. Talk to you soon.